shaking button. No.
Tell us how tight those y'all.
But the West Coast is starting to catch up, and
We'll catch a few more of these right here. Sneak one of the bags. I'm down to the last two. Well, he hit it once. He hit it twice. Today the G3 Sportsman's putting a little salt in their diet. Yep, we're in the Sunshine State, Florida. So much to do and so little time. So let's get it started. There he goes. Get him. I'm gonna tell you something right there.
good girl.
That is a good one. I gotta get him out of that. That's a heck of a crappie right there.
Now get out of her way.
That's a good start right there. Tell you what. The G3 Sportsman is presented by Yamaha. Reliability starts here. On today's G3 Sportsman, we're venturing outside the box. We're actually going down to South Florida and fishing the Everglades. This is something new to me. I'm not a big saltwater guy by no means, don't claim to be. And but just, you know, there's a couple of reasons that we wanted to go down there. One, we've never been, and just we wanted to show you guys down there just some of the neat stuff that you can do in South Florida. And secondly, we were introducing the new 1756 G3 to the saltwater guys down there, showing the diversity and what all. Just had a big time down there. Let's get right to it. Fishing today with Captain Ron Hueston, local guy down there, knows about every fish species in that water. And on this particular trip, we are after speckled trout.
Told you. This is your boy.
I'll
Trout.
let you catch a catfish.
Let him come to the top. Like I told you, the trout, he'll come to the top. He'll come to the top.
Go. Yeah.
Now in the last probably 10 years, the trout fishery, we're in the late fall, beginning of winter. Once we get some good cold fronts in, you can just basically fish about anywhere out here and catch all the trout you want to, up to about 25 inches. You can basically catch trout anywhere in the Florida Everglades, but targeting bigger trout is my feat. What you want to try to concentrate on is getting on grass flats or out on edges when the water blows out. Generally try to locate these fish. A simple soft plastic on a jig head will suffice, but there'll be days with barometric changes and tide changes that they'll be hard to find by just line casting a small soft plastic on a jig. I strongly suggest using popping corks, whether it's a popping cork and shrimp if you don't want to use artificials, or a noise-making cork with a little bit of leader and a soft plastic. The water's dirty, generally a chartreuse tail, but fan casting, if you have a couple people in the boat, all around the boat, will generally find these fish. You go catch about 150, 200 like this a day, people are happy, especially people who never fished before. But me and Scott were just getting started out here, doing a little bit of trout fishing. Used to that Louisiana, Texas action. We're gonna try some Florida trout fishing.
I hear you. What do we got here? Big flat or something out here?
Yeah, well, with the tide going out, probably 3 feet of water here. And it's just an area where they'll come in with this river. That cork's down, you might have something.
I was just listening to you.
See? Matter of fact, what we'll do now is put the power pole down. You seem to be in a little zone, okay? That power pole's depth is 6 foot. It went down about 2 feet. It's not a bad trout, Scott.
No, not at all.
Went down about 2 feet, so we're in about 2 feet of water right here.
Mercy.
First Florida trout?
No, No? First one down here though. Actually the second one.
There you go, the second one.
Nice. Boy, them things are good to eat too.
Yes, sir, they are.
They won't let us take them on the plane, or me and Eric could be taking a bunch of them home. All right, we're gonna make a move here, and we've seemed to lost our bait fish, but we're gonna head back in just a little bit where we were catching some fish. So we'll take a little commercial break, and when you see us here in a bit, me and Capt Ron Hueston here, down here in the Gulf of Mexico, South Florida, catching speckled trout on the popping corks, the old Gulp Trail. See you in a bit.
Gator tough, strong enough, keeps on going when the going gets rough. Gator tough, strong enough, everything you need. Summer, spring, winter, fall, G3 lets you do it all. There's nothing like a Gator Tough G3. No, there's nothing like a Gator Tough G3.
Visit G3Boats.com to find your nearest G3 and Yamaha outboard motor dealer.
You know, sometimes you just gotta think outside the box. Fiocchi, what's your game?
Garmin says their new Echo fish finders are simply the best fish finders for the money.
I'll echo that.
Right. Garmin also says you'll be impressed with the Echo fish finder's excellent power, screen clarity, and free transom and trolling motor mounting kit.
I'll echo that.
A nice bass.
I'll echo that.
Oh. Why is it looking at me?
The Yamaha Vmax Sh. First it changed the game. Now it's set the standard. But don't take our word for it.
The whole shot was everything they said it was going to be.
And we accelerated from like 50 miles an hour to 70, and it was like that.
So fast, so quiet. I mean, you give it power, and it's just there.
That thing right there is just bad.
The whole shot on it, the second to none.
Oh yeah, it's for real.
Take a demo ride and feel the power yourself. You'll know why we call it the game changer.
This segment of the G3 Sportsman is brought to you by G3 Boats, a great catch. Fiocchi Ammunition, what's your game? Abu Garcia, for life. And by Garmin, we'll take you there.
I've had the fortune to live down here in Florida all my life. I've fished the Florida Everglades since I've been a little kid. I've been fishing the Everglades, the whole park, for about 40 years. I know just about every bit of it, and I enjoy fishing it, and I wouldn't live anywhere else. As a guide, I've been guiding here for about 20 years, both the south and north end of the park. And it's always a pleasure to come out here and catch fish, a pleasure to come out here and be on the water, whether you catch fish or not, and enjoy the surroundings of the park. There he is. There he is.
Good job.
That
There you
depth.
go.
That depth.
Right depth will do it, won't it?
See what I'm saying? Got to get into that depth. They'll be mingling in that depth.
Well, we're back from break and we're on another spot here. We're actually in some shallower water that he's pulled us in. Ronnie here found some more bait fish. That's the key. Of course, that's the key to anything we're fishing. You know, whether it's saltwater or fresh, you got to have the bait fish, don't you?
Find the bait, you find the fish. The cork will bring them. Might have found something here.
What's your best time to come down here, Ronnie, and catch these trout like this?
You know what? I would say the winter. Late November till about March. The colder the better. The more the wind's blowing, the better. Water clarity cleans up. Like I said, we're in the last of fall. Water's still a little dirty. We've had a lot of unnormal winds for this time of the year. But winter time, I mean, plenty to be caught. As a matter of fact, on most of my guide trips, if I was trying to keep a limit, I'd have trouble some days because most of the fish are all too big.
Yeah. And they're a slot, you gotta have them in a slot?
Yeah, 15 to 24 inches, 15 to 20 inches, with one over 20 inches you can keep. Everything else is 15 to 20.
I'm not sure.
Trout.
Yeah.
Mr. Troutski.
The old Troutski. There you go.
There we go, we're getting into something.
I haven't quite learned the easy technique of grabbing. You know, we're not used to catching fish that can bite you, you know, back home. And you can see old toothy rascal right there. He'll get you. He'll get you. Nice little old speckled trout. I'll tell you, it's a fun, unique way of catching these fish over here. I get a kick out of it. Of course, I get a kick out of just catching, you know, about anything, as long as I got something biting. You come down to Florida, there's so many different opportunities to catch fish, and this is just one way that you can come down there and catch one species. You know, another species that Ron likes to target is shallow water redfish. And, you know, in between some of our trout fishing when we were going to and from some of our places that we were at, he wanted to pull off in this one little shallow flat. He saw a lot of mud in there. I guess there was a lot of activity or whatnot. And so he's put this platform on his G3 to where he can push pole. He doesn't have a trolling motor. And to his credit, man, that little skinny rascal, man, he shimmies up that thing and pushes that G3 all over the place. Another great thing for these G3 boats down there. They're a lot lighter, and these guys that love to push and use the poles, much easier.
Scott, 1 o'clock. Look at the big push of fish coming at us. See them coming at us? Look, that's a
Right
fish
here?
coming straight at you.
Right there?
Yeah, straight at you. See the big push right in front of you? Look at it. Nope, yeah. The big puffs are reds, the bigger ones. The big puffs are reds. We're getting some clean water up here. Yeah, you got a red, bud. School of them right here.
Yeah, that's a nice one too.
Keep them out. Of course, I don't have a net with me. Good job, Scott.
We don't need a net.
Don't pull on them too hard.
All right, I got him.
Keep them out.
I got him. Bring him back around. Boy, they just get so mad. There you go. Oh. Almost. Let's one more time. Nice. Look at there. Shallow flat reds now. That is fun. If we can ever get the sun to come out, we'll catch a few more of these right here. Sight fishing, poling. That's nice right there. Look at there. Good looking redfish.
You know, Everglades National Park is probably one of the last areas on the west coast of Florida where you can't do any building. Plenty of fish to be caught certain times of the year. Generally, spring through summer, you're fishing for the tarpons, the redfish, the snooks, and in the wintertime, it's more trout fishing, flounder fishing. Plenty of opportunity in the Everglades backcountry. You have the Gulf side, and you also have the backcountry side, which I think is more pristine and I enjoy more once I get back up in the rivers. 80% of the time, we catch plenty of fish down here. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Just a few lures and a little bit of confidence in your captain. And generally, we make the day, and most of the customers go home happy and with a smile on their face.
One of the things that has really revolutionized the world of fishing has been these gulp baits with this secret ingredient that they've got here. I call it magic. But you don't need shrimp.
No.
You don't need live bait because that attractant that's in there, I don't know what it is. And what I've done here, these fish have chewed this little gulp shrimp up, chewed the tail off. I've had to cut the head off now just to keep using the bait, but it's still got so much attractant and stuff in it. I mean, you can still smell it here. See if y'all can smell that. But anyway, I mean, it smells like bait fish is what it smells like. And I don't know what they've put in there, but they've definitely got the secret. There's no doubt about it. And it works. But scent is a lot. How's that one?
I'm hoping this is a trout. I don't know. I mean, he ain't come up, but he seems like he's wiggling like a trout. I could be, there's a better trout right here.
Yeah, there you go. Good job, Ron.
It's a nice fish. Oh yeah. There's a nice trout.
That's what we're talking about right there.
Now in the winter time, I'm fishing this. The reason I caught this bigger fish this time of year is I'm fishing near some structure and on an edge. And these fish are gonna, average size fish come winter time is gonna be like this. This is well over 20 inches. You're only allowed to keep one like this. But in the winter time, you go out and catch yourself 100 of these a day. That's a satisfying day, especially with people who've never caught trout before. These are pretty good sized fish. Light drag, little reels. It's a fun way to catch some fish.
Come on along, get a great catch today. Sit and relax, you're gonna stay. The water is waiting, come on, let's play. Let's all catch a G3 day.
Suncatcher Series by G3 Boats combine luxury, comfort, and performance into a full line of pontoons to fit your every need. Let your Suncatcher lifetime memories start today.
Let's all catch a G3.
Visit g3boats.com to find your nearest G3 and Yamaha outboard motor dealer.
I tell you what, waterfowlers, I shoot the Beretta Extrema 2. I just can't believe how universal in its application this gun is. And it fires every time I squeeze the trigger.
Here they come, here they come.
There's no question that this thing works in all conditions. It's the best shotgun I've ever shot.
Take 'em.
The real deal is that the gun just works and works and works.
Good shot. Wow.
Get inside the Beretta Extrema 2. Blast off at BerettaUSA.com.
This segment of the G3 Sportsman is brought to you by Beretta. 500 years, one passion. Mossback fish racks. No matter how you stack them, we attract them. Berkeley. Catch more fish. Shakespeare. Quality fishing tackle since 1897. And by Yamaha. Reliability starts here. We were staying in Marco Island, Florida, down there on the Gulf side. And this place we were staying called the Boathouse, we were right on the water here in a little bay, not far from the Gulf. Well, at night, right there at this dock, well, all these snook would come in. They'd have lights on and stuff down there, and all these snook would congregate. Well, you get some old country boys like me and Eric right there where you're staying, and you're seeing all these fish out there. Well, you got to try to catch them. And it's our quest of ours now to try to catch one of these things. And they're not easy to catch. We heard they're local fish, they won't want to bite. But Eric over here, you see Eric over here, he's determined he's gonna catch one of them. And tonight may be the night. What do you think?
I think we got a chance with the DOA shrimp.
We've tried everything, haven't we?
We have. These fish are tough now. We've tried everything at them, and everybody down here says they won't bite. You're wasting your time. But we're going to keep trying. We won't give up.
All right.
He looked at it.
He wanted it, didn't he?
He wanted it. Man.
Did you miss him?
He just cut me off.
Did he?
He did. He just broke it off.
Golly, and that was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one.
That's a good fish, too. We're wondering now if the fish are seeing our leader, our makeshift leader that we made. So when you see us next time, we're going to go back to a monofilament leader and see if that doesn't do the trick. But we're not giving up.
It ain't much. We need to pull the fork down.
Oh, here's a good one. Look at that trout. Look at the size of this monster. It's a big trout here. should be. Look at that trout.
Good trout.
That's a humdinger there, dog. Look at that one. Huh? Look at that moose. Huh? Look at that moose.
You hunting moose now? Moose trout.
Look at that one.
That's a good
some
one.
of that, dog. Huh? Some of them Everglades trout.
Tell them who you are, man.
10,000 Island, Florida Everglade trout, gentlemen. I mean, I've caught trout all over the place. Most of the time in Florida, the world record trouts have been on the East Coast, but the West Coast is starting to catch up. And like I say, come winter time, it's hard to keep a limit when they're all too big. But you know what? Getting out on the water and having fun is the main thing. Kids and family, it's an easy bite. Watch this show, look at some of the tips. You come down to Florida Everglades, you're from out of town. Real simple, popping a cork. I strongly recommend, if you do want to come down and camp and fish in Everglades National Park, which they offer plenty of permits to go fish in the backcountry, as long as you acquire the permits and stay. Navigation's a must. I strongly suggest to hire a guide and watch what he tells you and learn what he tells you. Take all the tips he gives you, and I'm the type of person that when you fish with me, it's not just about catching fish all day, it's about learning the area and knowing what to do, so when you leave in the morning and when you come back in the evening, you have a successful trip and you're not stranded out here in the Florida Everglades.
Introducing a revolutionary way to attract fish, the Mossback Fish Rack. From the box to the water, setup is a snap, and you can be fishing in no time. The rough surface on the branches encourages algae growth, and the unique design virtually eliminates hanging hooks. Use the Mossback Fish Rack in your pond, hang it off your dock, or sink it in your local lake. Join the guides, pros, and weekend fishermen who are already reaping the rewards. No matter how you stack them, we attract them. To learn more, visit mossbackrack.com.
I was so sick of him fishing, I ran over his ugly stick with his own trunk.
Don't get me wrong, couldn't be happier that he found a hobby.
Oh, time to go fishing today, Harry!
I'm a peaceful person.
So I gave it to our dog Sugar as a chew toy.
Your mama, her husband back. What is that thing made of?
You know what happened?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Ugly Stick, tested under some of the harshest conditions on Earth.
Stupid ugly stick.
The Yamaha Vmax Sho. First, it changed the game. Now, it's set the standard. But don't take our word for it.
The whole shot was everything they said it was going to be.
And we accelerated from like 50 miles an hour to 70, and it was like that.
So fast, so quiet. I mean, you give it power, and it's just there.
That thing right there is just bad.
The whole shot on it, the second to none.
Oh, yeah, it's for real.
Take a demo ride and feel the power yourself. You'll know why we call it the Game Changer.
Design backed by cutting-edge precision. Sophistication that's world-renowned. Durability that's not to be outdone. So why do we insist on such perfection? We know what's at stake. Veritas and Verdict, the next generation of the V-Series from Abu Garcia for life.
G3 is introducing a new line of boats to Florida, and they've been used all over the country, but now this is something different for us to use down here. And what I really like about it is a man doesn't need to come down to the Florida Everglades and particularly run a $40,000 or $50,000 poling skiff to catch these fish. With the way things are nowadays in the economy, a simple G3 John boat and a poling platform, or if you don't feel like poling, with a trolling motor is economical and affordable for a man to go out and catch fish.
For the Southwest Florida area and other portions of South Florida, Trapper Custom Marines, your authorized G3 dealer. For South Florida, also a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer with 5-star certified gold service with a master tech on staff. G3s have a lot to offer the area. We got a lot of different styles of fishing. Some inshore stuff's very accessible by bay boat. We do have a lot of very shallow water into the Everglades and 10,000 Islands. It's real nice to have a boat that'll go in that real shallow water to go after the snook and the redfish and the tarpon and the trout, especially during the colder winter months. Traditionally, we just really had fiberglass or carbon Kevlar skiffs to work with, and smaller boats to go in those kind of shallow areas. We're really finding that G3 gives us a really nice option. Lower in price, it's still high quality boat. It does a lot of things that the fiberglass real technical skiffs will do, but just a lot less money. Very efficient with the smaller new mid-range Yamaha motors like the F70 LA. Really nice speed, so you can get to where you're going quick. You know, there's a misconception out there that aluminum boats are for fresh water, and that couldn't be further from the truth when you look at the G3s. There's been a lot of time and effort put in to make these boats that are very, very saltwater friendly and very capable of fishing the saltwater.
Now, next week's episode, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be targeting snook. So this is a totally different breed right here now. I mean, these things are mean, they're nasty, hard to catch at times, and we're going back deep into the Everglades National Park. I mean, we're going to be going way back in there, and that's what we're going to be targeting next week on the G3 Sportsman. You guys are not going to want to miss that. That's our part 2 of our Florida expedition down there. But hey, that's all the time we got for this week's show. Hope you enjoyed it, and just remember, we'll be out there somewhere next week, right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. The G3 Sportsman is brought to you by G3 Boats, a great catch. Fiocchi Ammunition, what's your game? Abu Garcia, for life. Garmin, we'll take you there. Beretta, 500 years, one passion. Mossback fish racks, no matter how you stack them, we attract them. Berkeley, catch more fish. Shakespeare, quality fishing tackle since 1897. And by Yamaha, reliability starts here. What are you saying? What is it? Is there some trout out there? So you're taking me to a place where grandmas and kids can catch fish, is that what you're saying?
Grandmas, kids, just about anybody. The simplest guy can do it. Don't take much, man.
But each night we're here, we're gonna eventually succeed and find something where we're gonna catch one of these snook out here. I'd be right back in the old boat if I fell out with all these sharks in here.